If you're using Excel to do any reporting or analytics, there's a good chance you're probably using it the wrong way. In this video, I'm going to show you what you could be doing wrong and how to design your spreadsheets in a way which will be more robust and save you a ton of time. This video is part of a series where I will take you step by step through the process of building this dashboard in Excel. To see the full series, check out the playlist and subscribe to see all of the videos. To check out other tutorials and reviews of other tools, please check out my channel. Excel has been around for over 30 years now, and there's a lot which has changed in Excel itself, as well as the challenges that we tried to solve with it. Over the years, Excel has started to adopt and implement best practices from other tools such as databases and big data analytics tools. These features are often hidden though. Since they're add-ons, they generally don't change the way that core Excel works, and most people don't even know they exist. For the few people that do know these features, they tend to be tucked away in the realms of advanced Excel and are often overlooked for their true value. This video is important as it will give you the overview and the context for everything else that we're going to cover in this series. To start off with, I'm going to talk about how we can massively improve the typical workflow that an analyst needs to work through to get from raw data to your final report or dashboard. Data analytics and model building typically involves starting with an existing set of data, typically sourced by a query from some system or data collected on spreadsheets. The data then needs to be prepared for analysis. That typically includes cleaning it, filtering it, aggregating it, merging it, transforming it, and adding calculations. In databases and data warehousing, this process is known as ETL, which stands for Extract, Transform, Load. Often Excel users will try and do a lot of these ETL steps manually through filtering, copying, pasting, and adding formulas such as VLOOKUPs to merge datasets. All of these steps need to be done before the actual analysis of the data can take place. There are a couple of problems with this. First up, every step of the ETL process introduces tasks that add work and risk every time you need to reload your data. Secondly, although Excel can technically handle 1 million rows of data, in practice it doesn't really work. The reason for that is calculations. To understand this, the way that Excel is designed is that formulas are applied to cells. Every cell with a formula in your workbook gets recalculated every time you interact with your spreadsheet. This is great for making interactive models. However, if you want to apply something like a VLOOKUP to 1 million rows of data, it needs to make 1 million function calls with every interaction, which is not something that Excel can handle. In contrast, with a tool like R, that would represent a single function call, which will run in less than a second. So the strategy for dealing with these two issues is to remove all of the ETL process from your Excel worksheets and move them into an ETL tool. This can either be done at the layer of your database in tools such as R or Excel's built-in solution, Power Query. In my videos, I'll discuss all of these solutions. An ETL tool will provide an automated set of instructions that will grab and prepare all of your data, taking the processing load off of Excel and leaving only the formulas which are relevant to the model and not the formulas which are to do with data preparation. Maybe your data contains no transformation steps because your data has already been output in the correct format through your database query or something like R. This is actually my most typical use case. However, I will show you how to do everything in Power Query as well. Even with no transformations, I still recommend to use Power Query to effectively link your workbook to your data. This means every time you update your query, you can simply hit a refresh button to automatically update everything in your spreadsheet in seconds. Forget to pull on a required field from your database? Not a problem. Update your query, hit refresh, and everything in your workbook will update automatically. We've now got our ETL process nailed down, which could easily eliminate 90% of the formulas from our spreadsheets and automate our data prep. After the ETL, the next phase is actually analyzing and building the models from our data. For setting up driver-based models, the best practice is to set up an input sheet which contains all of our inputs stored as named ranges. If you're not already doing this, there will be a lecture to walk through this process while also showing you a few shortcuts you might not know about. Using Power Query automatically loads our data into a stripy formatted table. This is actually a special structure in Excel which allows you to more easily build robust models. To fully understand how you should be using this, please see my lectures on tables and calculated columns. Whenever calcs get too heavy for your model or are not necessary to recalc after every interaction, you can offload them to the ETL process to speed up your spreadsheet again. The final step of the process is publishing your findings to a dashboard or report that can easily be consumed. There are a number of common ways that this is done, including the use of getPivotData, CubeValue, SumIfs, and VLOOKUPs. I'm actually going to recommend that you avoid all of these methods. The reason being, all of these methods typically involve adding a large number of formulas to pull dynamic content into a static template. People often assume that the data doesn't change that much, and so static templates are fine. However, they are actually very easy to break, slow down your workbook through increased calculations, and involve more work to build in the first place. I'm going to show you how you can use pivot tables, pivot charts, and slicers in a few different ways to solve more of your dashboard requirements. I'm also going to show you how some dashboard requirements can be offloaded to the ETL stage to solve even more types of problems. If you found this video helpful, please remember to give a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet and you want to learn tips, tricks, and tools to help you and your team work more effectively with data, hit the subscribe button and the notification icon so you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.